Hello once again, fellow friends. Look at all these peaches. They're all ripe and ready to come off the trees. So exciting. So this week, it is going to be peaches. Peaches and peaches and peaches and more peaches. We're going to preserve peaches in every peach way possible. And she is so determined to get that little stem off. I just tell her, leave the stem on. We'll cut them off. Don't worry. Michael even got up inside the trees, and Madison picked up all the gooey ones and threw them to the chickens and turkeys, and they loved the peaches. So our first go at all these peaches is peach jam. So we're going to cut up all our peaches, and we're going to blend them up nice and smooth. As she's sticking them into the blender, she loves to help. She's right there in the kitchen doing everything. Gotta teach the next generation. She puts it on, and she knows how to push the buttons, and she works it all good. And yes, our little saw battery is on my counter charging as well. In the background there, you can see that the strawberry cider and the cherry vinegar, vinegar is still sitting there doing its thing, doing good. They smell so good. She wanted to make her own pot. Well, I made this big pot of peach jam. Peach jam is very good. If you haven't had peach jam before, you should try it. And not like the peach jam from the store. Go make your own peach jam. It's so easy. You just get peaches, lemon juice, and sugar. And you boil it down until you get to the consistency that you like. That's it. Simple, easy. Invest in some jars, put them in some jars. You can water bath can it for 15 minutes. And now you have shelf-stable peach jam. Look at all these peaches. Every time I clear this counter, Michael and the kids bring in more. But that's okay. An abundance of free food growing in our yard is perfect. You can't beat that. And plus, the kids just come up and grab a peach and just start eating a peach. I can't tell you how many fresh peaches that we went through. I mean, the kids probably ate like 4 or 5 of them a day. I think I ate 2 a day. And then the really ripe ones that fell on the ground, of course, we tossed over to the chickens and turkeys and ducks. And they loved them. They all went crazy for them. So every day we'd go out there and pick up buckets and just put the peaches in the bucket and then toss the bucket over. They'd all come over like they got their lost treasure, and they'd pick it up and they'd run off with it. It was so cute. But on our first night of peach jam, this is what we got. Here is the consistency of our peach jam. One of them did not fit in the canner, so we put it in the refrigerator. This is still a little warm, so it's still a little runny. When it gets cooler, like if you put it in the refrigerator and it cools down and finish setting, then it gets better. And I love when Madison takes my cutting board and she makes her own table or her own counter, and she starts doing everything. So this week we also preserved our Cornish crosses. We took a day that it wasn't extremely hot outside because it's been in the hundreds. And we did this. We put up a tent so we'd keep the bugs away. And we went to town, and Madison helped me all day, and we butchered all 10, and we put all of them in the freezer. You, of course, have to hang them so they dry. And Michael works the vacuum sealer. So it's not a canning preserving, but we did preserve chicken in the freezer, which is awesome. And our new set of babies are doing just fine. So then we will start the process all over again with babies and feeding them, and then come butchering day. We are working our way up to more than just 10. But right now, 10 is a good number for me this year. Then the next day, back at the peaches. This is actually peach barbecue sauce, which I am so looking forward to trying this. Because Jessica from Three Rivers did this, and I am like, that looks really good. I don't have brown sugar, so I put a bit of molasses in with sugar, which would then will make brown sugar. I just didn't have any brown sugar, and I didn't have any brown sugar made up, so I just poured the molasses right in there. But while this was cooking, it smelled amazing. And then, of course, at the end, when I tasted it, it was amazing as well. And like tastes like barbecue sauce. Blew my mind. It blew my mind. This tastes like barbecue sauce. But it's made with peaches. It's insane. So I am looking forward to this. When we decide to put some pork in our crock pot. But I was so excited about this because the first one tastes so good. I then turned around and made a second batch. And I made a spicy batch. So the first one I just put regular peppers in. But the second one I put jalapenos in. Oh, that was good. And spicy. It had like a kick in the back of your throat. It wasn't like a burn your mouth. It was like you ate it and then you got that kick in the back of your throat. It was really good. So you should check out Jessica from Three Rivers. She does a whole bunch of good stuff. Plus, we are also participating in the Every Bit Counts challenge and preserving something every day. Small batches here and there fills your shelf. Look at this. Like, all the bright colors are so vibrant. This is the one that has the jalapenos in it. But it was so good. Peppers from the garden, peaches from our trees, garlic from our garden, onions from our garden. I bought the tomato sauce because our tomatoes aren't doing too good this year. But it smells amazing. It looks amazing. And the aroma that came through the house when I was cooking both of these, like, just wanted you to make something and barbecue it. But still, you can see the kids came in with more peaches and lined them up in front of the pot because I keep piling them up over in the corner, so I have some counter to work with. But when the kids come in with peaches, they'll line them up there. Our peach trees are pretty close to our house. Our pear trees are a little bit farther out. They're not quite ripe yet, but I'm hoping the coons don't get to them before they get completely ripe. So then we can also preserve pears next week. Which I'm hoping. Cross your fingers. If the coons get to them, then of course we're going to have to pivot and do something different. But still, preserve something every day. As often as you can. Do little batches here and there. These are my 2 small batches. The small ones are my regular, non-spicy, and my big ones are the spicy. Oh, I am finally down. Look at all that. And then Michael comes in with another bag. Look at all those peaches. It's crazy, but it's good. But I was like, all right, more peaches. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to slice off the peel, put them in the red pot behind us with some sugar. We're going to slice up all these peaches and put them on the freeze dryer. And then we're going to freeze dry these peaches. These middle area pit areas, they're not getting wasted. They're going to go right to the chickens. Yep. There are peach pits all over the chicken yard right now. I wonder if they'll turn into peach trees next year. That'd be cool. We'd have more than 4 peach trees. And then I'd have a lot more peaches. I'd have to invite friends over and would have a peach picking party. But peaches in the freeze dryer are great. Kids can snack on them just like chips. They go great in sandwich baggies to lunch, in school lunches, instead of your potato chips. Plus, it's a great source of fruit. And if you've never had a freeze-dried peach, it is... A peach is very sugary and juicy. Now imagine the sugar magnified without the juice. Nathan stole a peach before he put it in there. But every time I turn this on, he's like, I'm loading it. So, he likes to load it. He also likes to unload it. And he did it. And that is how many we got out of that one batch. We ran it 2 more times. So we are good with freeze-dried peaches. These are all these peels. I let them sit for like 3 days in the refrigerator and make juice. And now we're just going to turn this into peach peel jam. So just like you would make your jam, add your sugar, add your lemon juice. Here it is all warmed up. And then just use your immersion blender and blend it up. Or you can put it in your big blender, Vitamix. That works too. But we're going to blend this up. And this I'm going to use to make like breakfast pastries. Kind of like your coffee cake. So you make your dough and then you just layer that in there, and then you put it in the oven and it bakes up and mushes and does its thing. And it is a breakfast. Because it has the peels in it, so it has chunky. And the kids like smooth for their jams that they put on their toast and their breads. It can't have chunks in it. But their breakfast pastries can. So, I know a lot of people don't like doing the peels. If you don't like doing the peels, you can turn it in and make some vinegar. Or if you have chickens, feed it to your chickens. Or if you have worms, feed it to your worms. This is what we got from all those freeze-dried peaches. And I had time after all those freeze-dried peaches to throw a bag of onions in. So this is 4 bags of onions that we stuck on the freeze dryer. And we are putting them into these mason jars. We will suck out the air. And all winter, we will have onions to throw in our soups and stews. And if you're doing scrambled eggs or omelets. These also go great in your omelets. You can also add some fat back to these and saute them and get them back to being just a fresh onion. But we're also making onion powder. We're getting onion powder back on our shelves. So exciting. And here we are, we're going to suck out all the air. And we are going to get these few jars back on our shelves. But it's exciting because we went through 10 of these jars last year. We are finishing our last jar. So I know that if I have 10 of these jars, we'll be good for a year. Until then, we'll see you next time. Keep preserving.